Hi everyone, my name is Sushmita. Our team, Asnain and I will be explaining the use of neural network to identify and prevent bad debt in telephone companies. This paper was written in the year 2005 and the authors are Carlos Andre, Alexander Yuskov and Nelson Ebekin. I will be next. I will be explaining the executive summary, problem, and key challenges, and my teammate Aznain will be taking over solution, implementation, and possible alternative solution, and wrap it up with a conclusion. Next. So the paper describes two main distinct results. The first result is based on a cluster model to identify insolvency behavior in a telephone company. The second is based on predicting models to classify insolvent customers. Using this model, the company can take preventative measures to avoid revenue leakage. The cluster model was based on unsupervised learning technique that and using coherent self-organizing maps. Additionally, an MLP neural network was also used for predicting the models. Next. So, what is the problem here? The effects of bad debt on a telecom company. The bad debt effects can be different, like impacting operational processes, affecting the company's investments, affecting the company's profitability, to name a few. Also, according to the regulation, even if a client becomes insolvent, the service should continue for a specific period. This increases the losses and causes huge revenue leakage to the company. The main objective is to analyze the customer's insolvent behavior uh, based on the past behavior. And out of 8 million clients, only 5 million clients have been considered for to develop models. And coherent self-organizing maps uh, have been used for grouping models, and they're using even artificial multi-layered persistent neural networks. The data has been partitioned as follows: 40% of the data is training, 30% of the data is validation, and 30% of the data is testing sample. Next. So what is coherent self-organizing maps? So an elaborate explanation as to how it works was given. To make it easier on us, I will just be explaining what a self-organizing map is. In simple words, a self-organizing map is a grid of neurons which adapt to topological shape of the data set, allowing us to visualize different clusters. Using this, we can identify clusters. So how do we identify clusters? First step would be creation of a database. And this can be created using any statistical programming software like SAS. And second step would be creation of data sampling to be used in models construction and sampling method, which would be considered. Then a sampling method has been proposed with 10% of original base registries, that is 10% of 5 million. Third step is transformation of variables in the data sample generated. An important thing to remember is several variables may be important for the model. So the way we decide on a variable is by looking at the skewness. A positive skewness indicates that the data is located on the right of the average and are more spread on the left. A negative skewness means the opposite. So the fourth step is modeling itself, where a different set of techniques can be tested and aiming for the best data distribution and consequently grouping of clients with similar characteristics. Next. What are the key challenges that was faced by faced in this case study. So the key challenge was to come up with a number of clusters. So if there are no clusters, then it's hard to analyze the client behavior. And there were two ways to find clusters. One is based on the Euclidean distance with maximum number of clusters or previously defined, and the other is use segmentation models with criteria. The base segmentation in 10 different categories of clients resulted in a 1% gain of classification of good clients. This can potentially increase the revenue by millions of dollars. Also, classification of bad clients was higher than 11% concerning the unique model. What this means is there has been a significant improvement in predicting bad clients accurately, therefore predicting insolvency cases, and again millions of dollars save for the company, and millions of dollars of revenue leakage was prevented. And now I'll be passing over to my teammate Azmain, who will be explaining the solution, implementation, and possible alternative solution of this case study.
Hello, everyone. So, talking about the solution, the segmentation model of all Brazil Telecom clients helped identifying the value of each client for the company and allowed defining more efficient relationship actions. The classification models, even the unique predicting models, allow the creation of a highly benefic business intelligence for the company. An important analysis in comparing the performance of the classification model is the graphic that presents the gains and the losses. When we talk about how this was going to be implemented, the method used for grouping was the Cohonen self organization map, which had a 5 line and 1 column topology. The data mining process counted with the construction of three important neural network models, two based on Cohen's self-organization map. From the models constructed, two were segmentation and one was classification. And the combination of these models were relevant financial benefits for the corporation. So the first neural network model was constructed based on Cohen's self-organization map and aimed to create a behavior segmentation of insolvent clients within the company. Talking more about this, the second neural network mode developed was the classification of good clients and bad debtors, characterized as good and bad clients according to Brazil Telecom business rules. So the third model developed was also a segmentation one, but aiming to classify clients according to characteristics such as services usage, payment behavior, and generation of revenue. Therefore, the following step is to use the knowledge generated by the second segmentation model, the behavior score, to construct the behavior, to construct the prediction models using more homogeneous input bases and generating the expectation for more accurate results. So, when we talk about the possible alternative solution, we agree with the solution that you guys have provided using Cohen self-organization map, but we came up with two possible solutions which could alternate these. So the first one is the naive Bayes algorithm. So this calculates probabilities for each possible state of the input attribute. It is very important and very simple to process and provides baseline results. Nonetheless, it does not support continuous variables, but for the purposes of this work, they were uh, dis- discretized. Another solution that we found was gradient boosting machines. So basically, these are a boosting algorithm used when we deal with plenty of data to make a prediction with high prediction power. Boosting is actually an ensemble of learning algorithms which combines the prediction of several base estimators in order to improve robustness over a single estimator. So over here, you can see a figure which is for the bias solution. So So this shows an example of the Bayesian network produced by the naive Bayes solution that was applied in a hybrid sampling data set. This features consumer behavior with behavioral data. The Bayesian network shows the strongest link with the target attribute, which is the flag NP, which is in the middle of the figure. So this is basically the number of subscribed services, the customer uh, district, the average call duration, and the type of pricing plans subscribed. So, furthermore, when we talk about the conclusion of all this, so the development of segmentation models help acquiring some knowledge about the client's behavior. Brazil Telecom seems to have specific knowledge related to the insolvency scenario of the company. The insolvency behavior segmentation model has identified five groups of clients: the moderate, the bad, very bad, and offender. Actually, four. This helped in identifying the average percentage of good and bad clients according to a defined business rule, and therefore monitoring this percentage on a long-term basis. So when we talk about these groups of clients, so the moderate is the one with the average usage of data, of services, behavior, and average communication and commitment in paying the bills. The very bad is an average usage of services, behavior, but low commitment to paying the bills. The bad is with a high usage of services and a relative commitment to paying the bills. And the offender, they use the high uses of services behavior, and they have an average commitment of paying the bills. So thank you for your time, and these are the references. And I hope you have any questions. Please feel free to leave them below. Thank you so much.